Alright everybody, we're back for another Battletech game. It's another media engagement on the highway. We had those forces that, with the mercenary unit that hadn't made it into the previous battle, are now on this battle. And those units that broke through are heading down this flank over here, and their job over here is to meet over here and stop these guys from making it off the table. So they have to get off this edge or that edge over there. So any way they can get off, they're going to do it. All right. Any questions about your mission? What's your job?
Kill them.
No cap, kill all.
All right. No cap, kill all. All right. That is straight out of World of Tanks or World Warships. Yeah. All right, so the first, we're find the cards.
See.
9 of diamonds is up. Congratulations, you have won the lottery. You're the first one. I doubt we'll have anybody shooting the first turn, but we'll find out. We'll be back. Turn 1, over here, we had the fast-moving recon lances. Moved over here, over there, across the dusty drill. And over here, these guys moved up, and they moved up over here. Pretty much with the level 2 hills in the way, no one can see each other except for over here. We got a hunchback with 2 LRM-10s and a Shadowhawk over here. Exchanged fire. You hit with 10 points damage, and he hit with 3.
Ouch.
So plinking back and forth. So that was the extent of turn 1. Move on to turn 2. And we got the cards shuffled up. And the first one up is the Ace of Diamonds. Again. Wow. How can you do that 2 turns in a row? I do not know. With that many cards, what are the odds?
Hey, Zach, you might want to shuffle a little bit better.
All right, we'll be back with turn 2. Turn 2. Over here, we had a couple Phoenix Hawks jump up here. A spider jumped into the flank of this one Phoenix Hawk and gave him a double tap punch and missed his head by that much. Probably because he can't reach his head. That might be the whole reason behind that. Over here, the assassin unleashed into the Jenner. And then this entire group over here unleashed into the that poor green Jenner. And everybody over here shot into the hunchback, who made his pilot check, but he got shot at pretty good. He got a lot of missing armor.
He needs a new paint job for sure.
Yeah. And, okay, all right, the Sentinel whiffed into the Assassin. These guys whiffed the Spider. Over here, these guys tried to shoot the Crusader, whiffed. And over here, all these guys shot over into the Catapult, did a little bit of damage to him, like 15, I think. And then they all shot back at the Dervish and did some good damage to him, but he's still standing. So that's the end of turn 2. Moving on to turn 3 on the big red die. So, first one's up, me. That would be the 4 of clubs. All right, we'll be back. Turn 3. Over here, the assassin was trying to run away, got jumped in behind by the Phoenix Hawk, and then the Spider jumped in behind the Phoenix Hawk, and the Jenner comes walking backwards. And they put a large laser into the back of the assassin, but he walks away with no problem, no crits there. And then the little Spider jumps in, puts a little bit of damage into the Phoenix Hawk, and then punches him twice. Luckily, he's hitting really good with those punches. Lay it down. Over here, the hunchback, the swayback comes walking up and says, "Hello, Mr. Jenner," and hit with 8 medium lasers. and then hit the ammo and detonated him in a big, giant, catastrophic, big boom. But luckily, there was not a supernova.
Yes.
That would have been bad for you guys.
That would have been bad.
And then over here, everybody else decided to all target the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk got shot up pretty good, took a hip actuator hit, but then he's still standing. Rolled really good. And then they all picked on the Sentinel themselves and tore him up a good one, and they proceeded to kick the Sentinel. And over here, this mob squad over here unleashed onto the Crusader and did a little bit of damage to him. And then this Lance over here picked on the Catapult and the Thunderbolt and did some damage, and then they proceeded to kick each other. Except for the Thunderbolt missed, but he didn't fall on his face. Grr. So, I didn't miss anything? No?
I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, they can't hear your head nod.
I mean, you listen closely.
Yeah, they hear the marbles rattle around. You got a marble loose. All right, so that is the end of turn 3. So we're moving on to turn 4 on the big red die. Cards been shuffled.
Yep. All the clubs are on top.
Did you pull out the Jenner?
No.
All right, we'll be back. Turn 4. Over here, the assassin is running away. I think he's definitely going to get close to being disengaging soon. And these guys are trying to run him down, but they're being chased by a spider and a Jenner over here. So it's going to be probably another turn. These guys will be off the board. And over here, they all unleashed into the Griffin and the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk's on the ground. I don't know if he has any.
It's pretty much a beanpole.
Yeah, it's like you took out the hip actuator, foot actuators. All the armor's gone off the legs, and he beat up pretty hard. So he might be. I have to take a look, see if he's a forced withdrawal. And they shot back, beat up on the Hatchet Man, but he stayed on his feet barely. You're lucky you're 2 pilot. That 3 that popped up would have been bad. And over here we got a scrum fest. Now the interesting thing, you have an archer over there with a hatchet. He happens to be a star on the Solaris ring who just returned home for the war. So he's brought his mech with him and he's beating people down. He beat down and did 50 something points of damage with his hatchet and all their weapons. Tore up that Orion pretty hard. And then they turn around and beat up on the Crusader. The Crusader's, he's got hardly any armor left. And I don't know if he's surrounded. There's hardly any way for him to get out. So, yeah, that's going to be bad. And over here, let's see, we got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then
that's it.
Melee-wise, the Hatchet Man put some shots into the Griffin, but he's still hanging on. And then it was Kick Fest over here. We had a soccer match break out. Everybody's kicking and hacking and slashing, punching.
Allstruck took quite a little bit of damage this turn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they all focused on the Ostrog to do some damage to him. But he's still standing. And that's everything. We're moving on to turn 5 on the big red die. Anything else? Missing everything? Anybody want to shuffle? Or cut the cards? One of the two.
Cut.
And the first one up is the King of Hearts. That would be you. Guess you shouldn't have cut. All right, we'll be back. Turn 5. Over here, the poor unsuspecting, limping assassin just got gunned down in a horrible horrible, horrible way. And then the
Jenner flipped his arms and cored out the spider.
yeah, it's like, yeah, kill 2 mechs and just bang bang like that. And then the spider put a medium laser into the Phoenix Hawk. The assassin died horribly. And the Jenner put another medium laser into the other Jenner. And a PPC into the Phoenix Hawk there. So, yeah, the Phoenix Hawk's kind of limping around. But not as bad as this Phoenix Hawk over here, who just got the loyal beat down on him. He got shot up and both legs open?
No, just the one.
Just the one. And you got a lot of your armor got ripped up pretty good on him.
Just his leg, really.
Yeah. And they did finally, the swayback came in and just ate the lunch of the poor Shadowhawk that was remaining there. But he didn't blow up, didn't go supernova. Snake Eyes doesn't allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what else do we got going on here? The trebuchet tried to fire over here and shoot the assassin, and then secondary target on the Griffin, and failed miserably in both cases. So there you go. Now the other thing over here, we got 2 almost escaping. We got a Dervish and a Crab. They're almost off the board. They probably will be off the board in this turn. And then they thought they had that poor Crusader surrounded, and he's like, no, I'm just going to climb the hill, and made his pilot check climbing the hill, and he's like, hey, I got the high ground. Don't do it, Anakin.
And they didn't.
No.
They all shot the archer.
And then they all turned around and beat on the archer and got ripped up. But the archer put his hatchet into the left and right torso of the...
Mm-hmm.
Is there any armor left on the back of that rifleman?
The center torso.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a good deal for him. So that was pretty much it, I think. Other than this enforcer right here is all beat to heck. There's not much left of him because everybody fired at him, and then they all fired at the Shadowhawk or Phoenix Hawk. So that's it. That's the end of turn 5. We're moving on to turn 6, and there we go. Turn 6. And the first one up is the Ace of Diamonds.
Again?
Again. What is this? Every time. We shuffle the cards, cut the cards, and it still comes up with the same guy. We're at the end of turn 6. It's looking bad for the home team over here. Over here, the Phoenix Hawk backed off, not knowing what's going to happen over here. The Jenner and the Griffin took off running that direction. Everybody fired at him. Which was amazing was this Jenner here hit with 4 medium lasers needing high numbers. And it was like, you kidding me? What's these 12s and 11s all about?
Hey, that's how he rolls.
Yeah. I need 11s. And he hits with 4 medium lasers. It's like, you kidding me? And then over here, we had they gunned down the enforcer over here. And he went kaplunk. Everybody shot him up. And then they unleashed onto the Centurion. Then we had the Hatchet Man does a DFA, Death from Above, lands, sticks it, and kicks the enforcer off to the side, and he drops to the ground with one head hit, and a couple torso hits. So it did some good damage, knocked him down. I don't think he's getting back up for any time soon. But the big thing of the day was over here we had the Crusader took off running. He took some shots in the back. He's still going. He's gonna maybe get down off the hill, possibly. But over here you see this big mushroom cloud. That used to be that Super Supreme Death Commando archer with his high-tech Solaris equipment. Well, they did 4 engine hits on him, and he went supernova and did a bunch of damage to all of the mechs around the Orion did take a hit from the hatchet and did a bunch of damage to him. Then when the mech blew up, the damage from the mech blowing up, he falls and did more damage to himself. And then the other ones are still standing though. It's a nasty mess over there. But they took out one archer. That would have been a nice salvage, but sad, but no, not happening. Maybe he had his hand on his self-destruct button. Maybe that's what happened. Since he's a
Dead man switch.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Death Commando, Commander. If you died, he died. All right. So that's the end of turn 6. Did I miss anything?
I don't think
So
so.
the excitement was we had a super exploding mech and a DFA. All right. So that's it. We're moving on to turn 7. Turn 7 is now complete. That's where we're going to call the game. Yeah, it's basically over here. They did the Jenner and the Griffin are towards the edge enough to get off the table. And they tried to do some damage to them. Not enough to make them do a pilot check, but, you know, it was a little bit of plinking, and they almost got to him. And then over here, these Centurion stood up, stepped back, but then all these guys opened up on him, tore his armor off, and then the swayback showed up and hit him, took the head out,
Yeah, blew his head off, hit one ammo, then
set off, then hit the other ammo. So he had 4 ammo explosions and destroyed the head all at once. So, yeah, it was like a big giant fireball in the sky.
there was only 5 points left in the head. Medium laser destroyed the head, and the critical was boxcars.
Yeah.
So it was done either way.
Yeah. So he was toast. Blew the head completely out. And over here, these guys opened up on that Crusader that was right there where that die is, where that big cloud smoke is. And then they hit the ammo on it twice, and it blew up. So it was like we had, 6 mechs blow up from ammo in this game?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And one mech had 4 ammo explosions on the same mech. That was not good. It's like you basically farmed a lot of crits off that one.
Bad day at the office for him.
Yeah, it's like 3 mech pilots completely toast, literally shredded. All right, so that is the end of the game. They got off with 5, 6, there's 11, 15, plus 6, 21 points. So they had 21 points off, but then you had 4, 2, there's 6, 11. Over here is 16 and 20 and 26, 33 and 40. So yeah, I'd say that was a good victory for you guys.
Yep.
So overall, victory for the Mercs, not so good for the Capellans. And this planet looks like it's being systematically wiped out and taken over. There's not much resistance left on this planet. So don't be surprised if you get a new contract to move to a different planet in this campaign. All right. That's it. You guys have fun today?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that was.
Yep.
It's been a while.
All right. All right. We'll see you in the next one. Hellcrick's out.